Hey, what's up everybody? This is Santino and today I'm going to be doing something a little different. Usually I play Street Fighter. Today I'm going to be playing a game you might not have heard of. It's called Kings of Kung Fu. Alright, now I'm doing this on my Mac, usually on my PS4.
Select your fighter.
But I'm playing this on Steam with my MacBook Pro. So I picked a Bruce Lee type character, Tao Lung.
How long?
It's a fighting game. All the characters are based off of characters in famous kung fu movies. Obviously, Tao Lung's supposed to be like Bruce Lee. Although Tao Lung is closer to his name in the Way of the Dragon, his costume would indicate he's more of like Enter the Dragon. And this guy Chen Fu, he looks like he's supposed to be like, I would assume drunken style. He's kind of jumping all over the place, and he's got jugs on his waist. So I guess that's Jackie Chan, Drunken Master. This is a lot like Street Fighter, except with a lot less buttons. So you have one light punch, one hard punch, one light kick, one hard kick. Left and right, or lead kick, and then like a rear kick coming from the rear or the lead. So the light would be up front in the lead, and then the rear side is the power side. Basically, I have like 4 buttons. Trying to combo them up now. And this is my first time playing this game. So I'm doing it in one of the lower settings. I don't know anything about this game, but it looks really fun. I've actually had to take some of the effects off because you can actually go in the settings and there's a Kung Fu Theater effect that has scratches on the gameplay and it looks like old film, which is great, but right now I kind of got an old MacBook Pro. It's got me through a lot of stuff. It's a very trusty computer and I've done a lot with it. Some pretty cool stuff. But it is older and I couldn't run OBS and this game all the way from beginning to end with all of the graphics intact. But that's kind of a cool feature. You can pick which graphics that you like. You can pick which things that are important to you. I just wanted the motion to look good and some of the animation. I don't have to have all the bells and whistles. I just want it to run smooth. That's the key thing. Because I'm running this again, MacBook Pro on Steam. So I'm a Mac gamer. I know you don't see that a lot. It's kind of uncommon, but I've always been a Mac person. I stick to Mac. And even with my gaming, I know PC you can do a whole lot of stuff, but I just like to use what I have. So fighting now Bruce Lee against Ron Jones, who's obviously Williams from Enter the Dragon. So this is obviously supposed to be Jim Kelly, which is kind of cool because it's Bruce Lee versus Jim Kelly, Enter the Dragon, in a video game. Kind of nice. So I'm getting the hang of this. It's got some interesting moves. There's a lot of moves, but they're not button oriented. You have to kind of either like be creative how you use the buttons, using forward or backwards in conjunction with the buttons to get different kicks out of each button. So I'm just kind of experimenting, getting some of the moves, seeing what I can do, trying to do some combos. But I gotta say, I like this concept. I'm having a lot of fun. Like, this is really fun watching Bruce Lee and Jim Kelly being able to actually fight them against each other in a video game. I'd actually like to see more of this martial arts themed video games, martial arts characters, because I mean, it seems, makes sense. Fighting games are popular. Why not make some with actual people who either fought historically or were in movies that fought, but recognizable, I guess, fighters would make this more interesting. I mean, I love fighting games as they are, but I'd like to see maybe some kind of like martial arts history fighter video game or something like that. Alright, here we go into the next match, and this guy, he looks like he's doing monkey kung fu, and he kind of looks like the guy from Mad Monkey Kung Fu with the fingerless gloves and the white shirt. An interesting matchup. Bruce Lee's character from Enter the Dragon versus Mad Monkey Kung Fu. Kind of obnoxious though. I mean, this is fun to like look at, but man, these guys like jumping all over the place. And the hitbox on this is interesting. Like with this guy, you have to really catch him a certain way. See, now I'm starting to get him. He was like evading me, and I just had. I guess you have to time it. Jumping all over the place and can't just come at him. I feel like I'm chasing this guy all over the place. Like I'm really having to hunt him down. Okay, now I'm starting to get the hang of that spinning hook kick. End it with a classic Bruce Lee. Yeah, this guy's nice. I made him mad now. He's like really jumping. I thought he was jumping before. Now he's like always jumping. He's jumping all over the place. I've angered the monkey. That's why they call him Mad Monkey. He's mad now. Now he's jumping all over the place. And he won't stand still to fight. Come on, you gotta fight. Don't jump and do that. What was that? That looks kind of ridiculous. It's like intimidating if you think the person's crazy and they're like, oh my god, they think they're a monkey, they're an animal. They don't care, they're going for broke. Alright. Almost there. God, this guy's really, he's not making this easy. They are getting tougher, I notice. The characters, as you go further on, they get a lot tougher. Like this guy was a lot tougher than the guy before him. I really enjoyed actually fighting the Ron Jones character that was like Jim Kelly. That was a lot of fun, and the music and the graphics and the moves. It was like a little karate match we were having there in the back alley. It was pretty awesome. And see, I had to jump in the air and surprise kick that guy in the face because he's just jumping. Wasn't the most fun out of all the levels I've played so far. This looks awesome though. Low Way. That's cool. So this is obviously from the 36 Chambers. This is like the Shaolin, like what Wu-Tang actually, you know, they got inspired by this movie. This was great. They should have a game where they have this guy, Lo Wei, or this type of character from 36 Chambers, and then also the Wu-Tang. And that would be a pretty cool fighting game. I'm just always thinking about what would make a good fighting game, because I love fighting games, and I just feel like there's not a lot of love in some of them. I mean, it's not like the heyday in the 90s and stuff, and like in the early 2000s. Pretty sweet. I mean, there's some cool stuff out there, and I'm enjoying Street Fighter V, even though a lot of people are ragging on it. It's gonna blow up, I think, 2018, just with all the new updates that they're doing, all the new stuff, arcade edition. It's gonna be sick. But for right now, I'm doing that, and I'm exploring other options. This one is one I'm interested in, because again, watching Bruce Lee and the guy from 36 Chambers fight is pretty cool. I want to see more martial arts themed fighting games in terms of like not the moves but the characters. Like maybe, like I said, a martial arts history fighter game, that would be sweet. But we have this though. Somebody already did fictional characters, so I'm fighting Bruce Lee's character as his character in Enter the Dragon versus this guy, which is obviously from the 36 Chambers, but the names are like slightly different. I like this background, and his fighting style is very interesting. That was nice. I caught him with a good. And I finished it nicely. That was good. It was a good match. That was really fun, and I like the graphics. That was a good fun stage. I'm glad they added that in. Ooh, this is really fun. Lots of fun. Obviously, this is Van Damme, Bloodsport, one of my favorite movies of all time in the martial arts genre. Love the Bloodsport. why I actually liked the UFC in the early days, because it was similar to Bloodsport in the sense it wasn't so uniform where like everybody wears the same, gear and gloves. It was like some people were in uniforms, another guy would be like in a kung fu uniform, or just shorts and no shirt, or whatever they were representing, whatever the discipline was, kind of like Bloodsport. This is a lot of fun, and I like this. I like the moves they gave the Van Damme character, the John Doe. It's supposed to be like Frank Dukes, but his name's Jean-Claude Van Damme. But then kind of split the difference, I guess. John Doe, like Frank Dukes and Jean-Claude Van Damme. And he's got the sick moves. I love the tornado kick and then the spinning hop. Cool. Oh, that was nice. Even though I don't want that to happen. Trying to combo up on this guy. Knock him out right there. And spinning hook kick. Bam. Flying side kick. Wham. Roundhouse. And I win. Again. Jamal. Now I remember, this is Angela Mao Ying, and I remember her, the first time I saw her was when I was a little kid. I used to watch the movie Enter the Dragon when I was a little kid, and that was the first time I saw Angela Mao Ying, which this character is obviously based on, because it looks just like her and fights like her. But I didn't know she was famous before that, which kung fu movies like When Taekwondo Strikes, which is kind of cool because that's the style I started in, Taekwondo, and other movies, Hapkido, and other movies like that, and it was pretty cool. And she was the first major female martial arts star, so they had to put her in there, and I think that was really dope. It's like an obvious, gotta have her. Gotta have Lady Kung Fu. Lady Whirlwind, actually, too, I think they call her. That's interesting, because they call her Lady Whirlwind, which Chun-Li in Street Fighters, obviously, she has her whirlwind kick and a spinning bird kick, and then there's all those titles in Chun-Li and usage of whirlwind. I wonder if that was some kind of inspiration for Chun-Li, because they use that kind of wording for Chun-Li, whirlwind. But so now we're on to Chang Tai, which is obviously supposed to be Ong Bak. That's Tony Jaa. Kind of cool. Bruce Lee versus Tony Jaa. I think personally Bruce Lee would win that easily, but some people might disagree, but just like I just did that spinning hook kick, which wheel kick. Pew. It's like that Facebook picture, I don't know, some of you have seen that, where they put 13 or 14 martial artists, and pick your top 3 or whatever, and sometimes it's funny to see which ones people would pick, and I'm like, really? Or like, if you had to get in a fight and pick the 3 guys that you'd, get your back, and then some of those choices, I'm like, what? Really? You'd pick those 2 guys, and then that guy could kind of understand, but really? You have that guy there. You don't want to use that guy? Kundo wins in that virtual scenario. Now this is interesting. So this is like, I guess, a kung fu staple. I'm getting more into kung fu movies. Like I said, I'm a martial arts movie buff, but I know probably more about karate movies than kung fu. But I have been getting into it over the years, and this is definitely a staple. Sonny Chiba is the Street Fighter. Ironically, that's my favorite game, Street Fighter. And this is Sonny Chiba, which that's actually where they got, obviously, the title for the video game taken from the movie. It was really popular back in the 70s. It's Sonny Chiba. For those of you who don't know, he's pretty much the man back then in that genre. If you're going to do a video game about characters from Kung Fu movies, you got to have the Street Fighter represented in there. Sonny Chiba also sparked and inspired the game, which is so popular, which I play. It's a lot of things inspired that game. That game Street Fighter took a lot of inspiration from whether it be Top Gun, Mike Tyson, Street Fighter the movie. And this obviously is supposed to be Chong Li from Bloodsport, which is Bolo. Really great character. I like the fact that you can, they kind of have characters where you can match them up, like more than one from a movie. For instance, if you want to fight Chong Li versus Frank Dukes, you can do that. Just recreate the Bloodsport. That's pretty cool. What if Bruce Lee and Mr. Jim Kelly, aka Williams, did battle? That would be interesting. I'm sure a lot of people wanted to know that, the outcome of that, or see that. So you can do that as well. You can kind of mix and match. Right now it's Bruce Lee versus Chong Li, or Tao Long versus Lo Chi, to be exact. He doesn't seem very energetic, which I don't know if is that like some kind of play on words. He has Lo Chi, his energy is kind of low. Low chi, lethargic. Okay, I want to finish this guy off. Get to the next round. It's interesting. He kind of doesn't look that much like him. I mean, a little bit. I mean, I can tell because of the bulkiness and the shorts and the wraps on the feet. Kind of looks like they forgot the headband. I think that was his thing. Didn't he have a headband? And I see like a black kind of sash thing that's supposed to be his buddy's rag that his Harley Davidson bandana he took and then like wrapped around his leg in the movie. But they added like, the white headband or something. It'd be a little bit more obvious. And a haircut that doesn't even look like him. It doesn't really look like. This guy's a little difficult to fight. He's kind of an ass. I'm not going to lie. This is getting annoying. I want to take this guy out right now. Okay, come on. Fight me. He's just wait, see, counter. Because that's what he's waiting to do. He just wants to counter me. And you're going to have to do more than that. You're going to have to do more than countering. There I go. Oh, one more. I want to finish him in spectacular fashion. I still have some health, so there you go. But I wasn't really too impressed with that character. This character, however, I have high expectations for. It's Ip Man. This is really cool. Who'd ever thought? Bruce Lee versus Ip Man. Student versus teacher. I have to be really careful because this character is really good. And he did teach my character, so naturally I'm sure they're going to give him like, not make him overpowered, but he's definitely going to be a formidable opponent. I'm really focused on getting him, as you can see. Because he's really fast. Luckily for me, he doesn't have the kicks really. He's all about the hands. I don't want to get in that range because that's his bread and butter. So I want to stay with the kicks, keep them in kicking range. You don't want to be up close with Ip Man. Guy's like a master at the hands. Bruce Lee has some amazing hands, but Ip Man's hands. I wonder if we'll ever see that in Ip Man movie. Ip Man 4, and then they do battle or something, or they just have like a sparring session or some kind of scene. I'd like to see another movie with... Oh, there we go. That's what I was waiting to see. I want to see another movie with Donnie Yen, but like more Bruce Lee stuff, because we just kind of touched on it and got in the very beginning. I want to see like maybe what was their relationship, and like maybe they make a movie of towards the end of his life, and then maybe his relationship with Bruce. That would be really cool. I could watch another Ip Man movie. I can totally go for that. Number 4. I know it's going to happen at some point. Some point there's going to be an Ip Man 4, and we'll see a little bit more Bruce Lee and a little bit more of that story. And I'm a huge Bruce Lee fan. That's why I picked him as my character in this complete walk through the game. I'm going to play the game from beginning to end and try not to lose and just go one after another. So this is pretty cool and obvious. This is obviously Chuck Norris, and this is the Way of the Dragon in the Coliseum. For the American title of the film is called Return of the Dragon. So it gets kind of confusing. Way of the Dragon becomes Return of the Dragon. Big Boss is Fist of Fury in America, which was the first movie. And the second movie, which was Fist of Fury, it was Chinese Connection in America. And then Way of the Dragon became Return of the Dragon. And then the rest of the movies, Game of Death was Game of Death, and Enter the Dragon was a Hollywood production. But the first 3 movies, they changed the title, I guess because French Connection was popular, so they were like, oh, this is the Chinese Connection. But it gets a little confusing. So they made this character pretty good. It's a pretty good character. He's got some good moves. He's really got some better movement for some of the other characters. Like they really have to... Not that easy. It's quite difficult to really land on this guy. He's really fast and he's dodging around without jumping around like a monkey. He's doing like some really fast karate. It's making it interesting. Really have to focus, really trying to pay attention here and just... One more round. I just got to take this guy out. It was a good fight. Love the graphics. Love the background. The gameplay was good. Okay, so Tao Long versus Shen Wu, which I'm a little confused about because when you select Shen Wu in the character select menu, it looks like Jet Li. Like this looks like it's supposed to be Jet Li, and I'm trying to place where exactly, which Jet Li movie. I haven't seen every Jet Li movie, but I've seen quite a few. Romeo Must Die was pretty good because I like it when they mix martial arts and hip hop together. That's pretty cool. I'm always into that. And I like Lethal Weapon 4. And Dragon Fight was a good movie. That's an interesting one to check out sometime. Old one. And I'm trying to think, okay, so Jet Li in the snow. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure which guy this Shen Wu guy is. I'm gonna be honest about this one. I'm like, I don't know, because he wears a lot of. Which one this would be? I don't think it's Dragon Fight, and it's certainly not Romeo Must Die, and it's not Cradle to the Grave. And he's very nimble and fast, just like in real life. So I can't wait to beat him. Come on. I want to get to the end. Like, I'm kind of done on this stage. I'm not going to lie. Okay, it's over. Great. This is interesting. Jane Fury. Actually, they did some really good animation on this character. It's a lot of fun. Has some interesting, like, flying kicks, jumping kicks. Very taekwondo-ish. Even though there's Japan flags in the back. Which I'm pretty sure this is just supposed to be Cynthia Rothrock, because there's not too many female martial arts action stars, and most of them don't have like reddish hair. So I want to say that this is Cynthia Rothrock. Very cool. I never thought I would see a fight between Bruce Lee and Cynthia Rothrock. It would have been cool if they would have made her stage more American. I'm pretty sure she's from America. I like the background here. They did some interesting animation on her moves. But I've got to move on. I gotta keep going and make it all the way to the end. I'm gonna make it all the way to the end. The Gray Ghost. I think this is Mystery of Chess Boxing. But that's the Mystery of Chess Boxing. I think that's Jack Long.
Player 1 wins.
Oh, this is cool. This is really cool. Enter the Dragon with the claw. So this is a lot of fun. It's kind of like Vega, fighting, I guess, Vega, Street Fighter. Qin Shi is the actor from Enter the Dragon, Qin Shi. And it's Bruce Lee versus Qin Shi, Han versus Bruce Lee's character, which is just Lee, I guess they say. They just refer to him as Lee. So this is Lee versus Han. Enter the Dragon. That was a great fight scene. That was like one of the coolest martial arts fight scenes ever. That was probably one of the best martial arts fight scenes of all time. I think a lot of the greatest martial arts fight scenes of all time belong to Bruce. I know you watch a lot of YouTube videos and you see like he's in there a little bit. He's probably like they give him 1 and then maybe 7 in the top 10. But let's face it, just like Mayweather has the top 4 pay-per-views of all time, I think he's got probably at least the top 5, if not the top 10 fight scenes. It's crazy. I mean, this guy's fight scenes were amazing. They were like art. They're masterpieces. Wasn't just like a bunch of people fighting. It was really like art. His martial arts fight sequences are masterpieces. And I don't think there's going to be anybody who's going to be able to top Mr. Bruce Lee for a very, very long time, if ever at all. But this is a lot of fun. And he's a pretty quick opponent, this character that they have that's based on Han. Call him the Claw, which is what they refer to Vega in tournaments because it gets confusing with the name change. For those of you who play Street Fighter know I'm talking about Bison and Vega and all that with the name rearranging. But this is a lot of fun. I think this is great that this is like the second to last final stage. I think it's one of the best fight scenes, so it's naturally it should be towards the end. You're getting close to the final stage, and this fight is getting close. I mean, it's getting down to the wire. Oh my God! If he would have hit me one more time, it would have been over, and I would have had to start all the way from the beginning. Would have sucked. Whew, that was close. That was very, very close. And here we go. This is it. The final scene. So here we go. This is it. This is the final stage. And guess who it is? Shona, the Shogun of Harlem. Bruce Lee versus the Shogun of Harlem. Shona, the Shogun of Harlem. And in this game, he's known as Red Ronin. But that's totally him. Oh, yeah, and that sidekick, that's totally him. There's a specific sequence I remember that they modeled this character pretty close. I remember in Kick Leroy, he had that same kind of movement. And he's got the red glow. So they got this down pretty well. They did a good job with this. This was a great game. I had so much fun playing this. And I'm having a lot of fun with this stage. I'm glad that this is the final stage. The Last Dragon villain, for those of you who don't know, Shona is from the movie The Last Dragon, which if you haven't seen The Last Dragon, you must see it. It is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. Great movie. Really fun, inspirational, entertaining. Nice martial arts fight scenes and sequences. A lot of 80s craziness. Gotta love the 80s. I think if you really want to see the craziness of the 80s, The Last Dragon really captures that. It's got everything. The Last Dragon is an amazing movie, and if you haven't seen it, go watch it right now after watching my video and hitting the subscribe or like button.
Player 1 wins. Kings of Kung Fu.
Nice, I beat the game, and I guess I unlocked the card, so Tao Long on this trading card. Kings of Kung Fu, and that's the end of this game. So that concludes this complete walkthrough and gameplay of Kings of Kung Fu, beating it from beginning to end without losing, using the Bruce Lee character. Thanks for watching, everybody.